Hi, Betty. Hi. We're gonna do some riding today. I know, your favorite thing. Come on. Come on, Rudnik. You gonna play hard to get? Of course, the wind would pick up just as I get out here, so it should be interesting to see how he does in the arena. You have an audience, Rudnik. She's watching. I brought you some apples today, too. So fuzzy right now. Okay. All right, I got another one. We got a new saddle pad to try on you too. Not new, but new to us. I have some black leather dye I bought. I've been meaning to re-dye his bridle is brown, but I want to re-dye his saddle too, and then it'll be a nice, clean, fresh black. I really need to get a new helmet too. You're supposed to replace them after a fall, even if you didn't really hit your head hard. And I've taken a couple tumbles in this one, so I should replace it, but they're just so darn expensive. To get a whole load of hay for the price of a helmet. Should be interesting to see how he does inside of the arena. It's basically a giant tarp, so we'll see if the wind spooks him at all. Yeah, I know. You were having so much fun just relaxing and being lazy. And you already know the second we get into that arena, he's going to christen it with a nice, big, hot, steaming pile of poop. Right? I brought my mics to use today. I'm hoping they work. Seems every time I try to use them, something happens. Come on. You're okay. What do you see? You've been here before, but it looks different without snow, doesn't it? Come on. Good job. Or you see another horse over there, but that horse has always been there. Okay, we gotta wind this up. No getting spooky, okay? That's an arm workout. Come on. I know. You've been here before. Don't act all chicken poopy. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. So this is our first time riding here with windows eye. So I'm not sure how he's gonna do, but it seems like he's already a little pretty jumpy. But hopefully we can just walk out and some more ups. But if you notice, he's constantly rushing right now, so he's like almost frantic, pushing ahead quite quickly. His ears are mostly over, which means he's really not paying attention to you right now. And before I really ask anything of him when I walk, I want to see at least one ear turned back and the other one like half. And I don't know what that rush is set. So I would lower his head, move at a calm, more relaxed pace. If I were to ask him for a trot or a canter or anything like that right now, it would probably take off on me. Just because, as you can tell, his ears up, he's not paying attention to me or anything that I'm asking from him. So we gotta get his head out of the distractions and we're focused on what we're doing right now. I want him rushing through his walk because right now there's like he's trying to do a trot. And we're not asking that from him. Everyone I talk to since having the knee almost 14 months ago now has told me that the best core exercise I could possibly do. I know. Diastasis recti is horseback. So I'm trying to actively think about engaging my formal riding. As you can tell from that stop, he wasn't really paying attention. Like, he knew what I was asking to, but normally he just comes to nice, needy and stop. And that's not what I got here. So he's still very much not like so everything you do with the horses, left side of the brain, right side of the brain, you need to make sure you do the same on the opposite side of the brain. So if you only train the right side of the brain and then ask that one on the left, they're not going to move. And I will make sure you end on the thing that when you end on that trade door, that positivity, that's what it is for understanding that being good means we're gonna. As if they fight you, resist you, and you're not tolerating, which means that they're going to do it a little more and a little longer. No. This is the last thing you want to be doing. Yeah. We haven't been super. You're okay. We haven't been super regular with our long form videos lately. We've actually had quite a bit happening in Roan in our life lately. I've had some personal health things that I've just been kind of dealing with. Being postpartum. Yeah. So I think we're slowly coming out of the thick of it. And I'm hoping now that being nice weather, I can get out here and start riding some more. I had brought my microphone to set that up today, but it doesn't seem that it's compatible with my Peebo. So I have to either use my Peebo or the microphones. And it's easier for me to speak louder than it is for me to try to stay in frame of the camera. So we're using the Peebo and just trying to talk louder. If there's anyone else who suffers from ADHD, I didn't know I had it until I was 30. And it's funny how it works because even the things that you know we're doing, it can be such a challenge to get up and do because it's like your brain is active inside a paralyzed muscle, or your brain is active inside a paralyzed body. You screaming at yourself to do it, you just can't physically do it. And so I'm also currently trying out. We're doing some changes with my meds, and so far things do help them quite a bit. And what's this happens like generated trauma with white bags, and right now Miss Arena is basically a giant white bag ripping, and she's stuck inside of it. Just because you're rushing doesn't mean we're going to be done fast. It means we're going to be spending more time on food service. I'm really much focus from the saddle, so we're just going to do some service. Because sometimes we need to do that and get our willies out of us before we can focus. So this is basically, I'm cooking him now into what I'm wanting from him. And because I'm not on him, it's easier to go on the ground, and that way if it happens, I let it go. But this is going to force him to kind of pay more attention to me, rather than every move going on around it. Walk. Walk. Right. Walk. 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 Okay, let's try. This is why I say it's so important to train both sides, because the other side, you're not exactly what we wanted from him, and this side, he's just not cooperating at all. Ooh. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, we'll do one quick circle on each side once more, just to make sure we're all on the same page. Walk. boy. Good boy. Walk. Walk. Very walk. Good boy. So hopefully we've got a bit more of a focus. As you can see, his face is already way more relaxed. His head's not quite up as high. He's got down a bit more. And so now the wind picks up. You can see his head goes up a bit higher now. He's jumping again. So I don't think we're gonna get much out of our ride today, unfortunately. But I think we can just kind of work through the distractions he's got right now. We'll call that one in. If I had like all day to spend out here and work on him, I would definitely do that. But I have limited time because I'm gonna get back home and he's about to get to work. No, I wanted to do some drawing. Let's see if we can do it without a lot. Toes up, heels down. So many things to remember. That was a very rushed trot. I would like to be a little slower on what I did, but it was. I think it's a definitely way to get in a given situation. You itchy again? We've been watching Yellowstone lately, and it really makes me wish I could get Rudnik more into like a tiny ring, like he's bred for. I just need to find a cowboy that's nice and gentle and soft spoken. And we'll baby the hell out of Rudnik. Wants to teach you how to do all that stuff. Not saying rehome him, but saying someone that will want him. Have a fun little side project. I know you want to go on those towers like nothing else. Ah, it's good. Yeah. Couple of these jokes. I think we're gonna finish her right there because he's giving me exactly what I wanted from him right then and there, so I don't want to push it. Good thing I got up. Unfortunately, that wasn't quite the workout I was hoping to get, but we got a solid 30 minutes in and made some progress, so I'm happy. Oh, I gotta clean up those poops. Okay, I'll come do those before I go. Well, you were a good boy, even if it wasn't easy. Your girlfriends are waiting for you. Girlies are waiting. And you just, all you care about is getting to your treats, right? Right? Yes, you were a good boy. So for those who don't own horses and might wonder why we are cleaning his feet twice, or why we're cleaning his feet again, when we just did it before we rode, we want to make sure he didn't get any rocks or debris stuck in his feet while we were riding. So we're just going to give him a quick clean out and make sure there's nothing in there that might irritate his foot. But we were just riding on sand, so they're pretty clean. And with spring coming up, we're going to have some things that need to be done. Kind of going into winter and coming out of it, you need to worm them, deworm them, usually with ivermectin. And this boy's going to need a sheath cleaning pretty soon. So once it's warm enough that I'm not going to freeze his manhood, I won't say boys because he doesn't have those anymore.
once it's warm enough that I'm not going to freeze him, we're going to have to do that. And I can make a video on that for anyone who wants to see it. Okay? I know I got your apples and carrots, don't worry. We can go hang out for a little bit in your pen too. I'm just going to go put this stuff away. Just stay there, dude. I'll be right back. I just checked the time and I am going to have to be heading back pretty soon, but we're going to go hang out with Rudnik in the pasture for a little bit because it's been a long time since I've just sat and hung out with him and I miss it. I know, I got your apples. Haven't had those. Can you leave my hand intact, please? You haven't had those in a long time. But we'll see. Moment of truth. Apple or carrot? Which one? Always carrot. Not really surprised there. Okay, that was your last carrot. There you go. Yeah, sticky hands. Sticky hands. Rinse those off in the water trough. There, you got, like, I think that was 2 apples. You have to get those very often because they are very high in sugar. And a whole handful of carrots. But they're all gone now. And you've got applesauce all over the place. Okay, I'll throw you some hay before I go, don't worry. Sneaky little snack. So I'm glad I was able to get a total of 3 bundles of that hay, and I'm glad I did when I did because things have been tight lately and I'm not going to be able to afford to get hay for a while now. And thankfully these bundles should do us for another few months. The guy's not going to have any more hay by the time I can get more, unfortunately, but maybe we'll be able to find some cheap hay again later in the year. But unfortunately, most hay will probably go back to costing us $12 a bale. But I'm glad that we were able to stock up on as much of the cheap stuff. Excuse you. Stocked up on as much of the cheap stuff as we could while we could. Okay? We were preparing. They're all gone. You ate them all. You ate them all. What you doing? There's nothing in those pockets. You have eaten me out of house and home. It's just a bag. You don't want that. You don't want that. We are also going to be doing Little B's first actual ride with Rudnik soon. So my girlfriend has lent us her really nice Western saddle for a while, so we're going to use that for Little B's very first real ride. So I'm going to be up in the saddle and I'm going to have Little B in the saddle with me, and Big B can hold the lead rope and walk us around the arena for a little bit, and we'll see how they like that. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I'm still a bit nervous. Not that I don't trust Rudnik. Obviously Rudnik is, Rudnik, he's not going to do anything, but I'm still going to be nervous. It's my baby, on my baby, right? But you'll take good care of him and I'll be right there. And Big B will be on the ground. I don't have any more. I don't have any more right now. You ate it all. The only thing you're smelling right now is my fingers. The only thing you're smelling right now is my fingers. I know, I haven't snuggled in so long. I've been missing you so much. Hopefully now I actually have the emotional, mental, physical, everything, energy to come out more. And obviously I come out more often than you guys see. I don't always feel up to recording it. Sometimes I just want to come out here and turn my brain off and not think about where's the camera, what are we going to talk about today, what are we going to do today. I want to just sit and exist for a little while, right? And eat carrots and run around and play and not stress, right? Hi. I've been watching some cowboys lately. I think their horses would laugh at you if they saw us riding around in our fancy English tack. They're all the same bloodlines as you too, but they're like cowboy horses. You're like a city boy horse. Maybe that's why you and B get along so well. You're both kind of not very country, but slowly discovering it. Okay, I gotta get going. Let me get you one more snack, okay? I'm gonna try and put it in your hay net though because it's pretty windy right now. I don't want it blowing everywhere. Okay, buddy. I will see you in a couple days because we're gonna come out with a girlfriend and do some riding. Okay, you behave, buddy. Don't let those girls give you any trouble. But also, remember you're a gentleman.